he had never had it before. When he came to my restaurant, he's like, basically he came to me like 6 years later, and he's like, what are you doing, Brian? Like, you make like the best food of anyone I know, and like, why aren't you making food? At this point, I would make maybe 1 or 2 meals a year. I just literally was not like, over it. It wasn't. I was given a gift too. It was amazing. And so when he said this, I made him a meal, and I remember like the first bite of it, I started crying. I just didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I not doing this? And that was about 5 years, almost 5 years ago. And that's when I started getting back into my cuisine again and started making it full time. Yeah, so as far as my history with Raw Living Foods, I would say altogether it's been about 7 years total, but it's about 13 years altogether, 12, 13 years, as far as like understanding what it is, learning about it. And back when I took over the restaurant, I mean, people ask me this to this day, you know, like, where did you learn? What do you, like, how do you do this? And I learned very little bit of it from Giuliano. Another little bit of it, the basics, you know, how to make breads, how to make pâtés, how to make desserts and whatnot, but the bases, like I'd watch them and they taught me how to use a dehydrator, how to use a juicer, and my other friend, Jeremy Saffron, who's also an author. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's one of my mentors, beautiful, beautiful brother. He had a restaurant in Paia, Hawaii, and he tried to bring it to San Francisco, and it just didn't work. All of a sudden, both of them closed. And so both of them taught me a little bit. And then when he was closing the restaurant, I decided that I was going to take it over without ever being a chef or having any history or any knowledge. And somehow it was truly a download, because I don't know to this moment how I did do it or did it. I mean, during these years, I've learned how to mix spices. One of my biggest mottos is that you can use anything in a raw, as far as raw ingredients. You can put everything to get like together. It's all in the balance. You can find combinations like beyond your wildest dreams. You can make some of the most incredible tasting food by using ingredients you would have never expected tasted good together. It's just about like actually just doing it and finding that balance. So, as far as what I'm going to do here tonight, I brought. It's my first. Actually, it's. Speaking of first, you know, this is my first event here on the East Coast ever. I've done some guest chef appearances in LA, a few of the raw restaurants there, and some in Chicago. And this is actually my first time here on the East Coast at all. And so I'm very honored to be here and grateful. And I also brought a product. I don't know if you've heard of Ormus at all.